Biostimulation. This topic is also divided into two parts. Biostimulation is one of the mechanisms used by certain organisms as a part of bioremediation process. In the process of biostimulation, we enhance the growth of organisms which are capable of undergoing bioremediation process by adding certain nutrients or by optimizing the conditions which are suitable for the growth of the organism. Biodegradation of the pollutants, including hydrocarbons, heavy metals, or azides, can be limited by many factors that include the availability of nutrients, pH, temperature, moisture content, oxygen, soil properties, or properties of the water in which the pollutants are present, and the amount of contaminant present at the site. Biostimulation involves the modification of the environment to stimulate existing bacteria capable of bioremediation. So here the process differs from that of bioaugmentation. In the process of bioaugmentation, we add bacteria or other organisms for carrying out bioremediation, and in biostimulation, we enhance the growth or metabolic processes of the existing or indigenous microorganisms by changing the conditions. Biostimulation involves enhancing the activity of microorganisms or cells to promote desired processes or outcomes. This is achieved by introducing substances or conditions that stimulate biological activity. It is optimizing of biological systems to improve performance or to achieve specific goals. This can be done by addition of various forms of limiting nutrients and electron acceptors such as phosphorus, nitrogen, oxygen, or carbon. Uh, these can be added in the form of molasses also, which are otherwise available in quantities, in small quantities, and they might be branched or cyclic alkanes. Other preferred molecules are mono or polynuclear aromatics and other jointly degrade both alkanes and aromatics. The study of microbes in bioremediation systems makes possible the selection of microorganisms with potential for the degradation and production of compounds with biotechnological applications in the soil and petroleum chemistry industry. The mechanisms that involve are nutrient addition, providing essential nutrients or substances to microbial populations to stimulate their growth and activity is the main mechanism which is involved in the process of biostimulation. For instance, in bioremediation, nutrients might be added to contaminated soils or waters to enhance the breakdown of pollutants. In the study titled Biostimulation of Indigenous Microorganisms in Petroleum Contaminated Soils Using Fertilizers by J.R. Smith et al., which was conducted in 2019, the authors explored how adding nitrogen and phosphorus fertilizers to petroleum contaminated soils enhance the activity of indigenous oil degrading bacteria. The study found that nutrient addition significantly increased the rate of hydrocarbon degradation compared to untreated controls, as these molecules which were added supported the growth of organisms which were already present at the site of contamination. Environmental conditions can also be modified to achieve maximum bioremediation. Adjusting environmental factors like temperature, pH, or oxygen levels to favor the growth of activity of certain microorganisms is required to enhance the process of biostimulation. Bacteria have their own growth conditions, including temperature. Like some organisms can grow at mesophilic temperatures, some might grow at higher temperatures, which are called as thermophilic organisms, and certain organisms grow at very low temperature. So when we want to enhance the metabolic activity of the organism, we need to maintain proper temperature. Similarly, organisms require different pH conditions, like some are acidophilic or organism may be neutrophilic or alkaliphilic as per the need of their pH. Oxygen levels are also initial crucial factor as some organisms grow well in presence of oxygen which are called as aerobic organisms, whereas some grow in absence of oxygen which are called as anaerobic organisms. So we can optimize all these conditions to enhance the growth of the indigenous microflora. For example, optimizing temperature and pH can enhance microbial degradation of organic pollutants. The research article entitled Effect of Temperature and pH on Microbial Degradation of Organic Pollutant in Wastewater by L. Wang et al. In the year 2020 investigated how adjusting temperature and pH affects the microbial degradation rates in wastewater treatment. So this work was published in the research article. Results indicated that optimizing these conditions led to a substantial increase in the degradation efficiency of organic contaminants. Genetic modification is also one of the crucial factors where we can genetically modify or genetically engineer some organisms to enhance their capabilities. For example, genetically modified bacteria might be used to clean up oil spills more effectively. In genetically modified bacteria for enhanced bioremediation of heavy metals, M. L. Martinez et al. In 2021, the authors demonstrated how genetically engineered bacteria capable of higher metal tolerance and accumulation were used to clean up soil contaminated with heavy metals. The study highlighted how genetic modifications improve the efficiency of metal removal compared to wild type strains. So here we can use the organisms, the indigenous organisms, and modify them genetically to degrade the pollutes more effectively. Some chemical additives can also be used. Introducing specific chemicals or compounds that promote biological activity can be used for enhancing the growth and metabolic activities of the bacteria and fungi or other organisms which are being used for the process of biostimulation. These could be growth factors, hormones, or other stimulants that enhance cellular or microbial processes. The research enhancement of microbial bioremediation of chlorinated solvents using chemical additives by R. A. Johnson et al. In 2080 explored the use of specific chemical additives like lactate to enhance the microbial degradation of chlorinated solvents in groundwater. The study found that these additives significantly increased the degradation rate of the contaminants. So, in nutshell, we can say that biostimulation is the process where we are not adding any foreign organism, we are just enhancing the growth of the organisms which are present. So it imposes some benefits like there is no competition between the organism or we are not adding any additional or any organism which is not the normal flora. So we are not harming the ecosystem. But there are some limitations like excess of nutrients may enhance the growth of unintended organisms. It may lead to eutrophication. It may stimulate the growth of algae if we are using biostimulation as the process for removal of pollutants from the wastewater. And if algal blooms are formed on the surface of the water, it might affect the aquatic system as the growth of algae on the surface of water leads to a decreased amount of oxygen which the organisms which are present below the water level get. So ultimately it can harm the aquatic life. So again this process of biostimulation needs to be monitored, needs to be optimized properly so as to avoid all these ill effects. If the process is monitored properly, then the person can get the desired effects using the natural microflora of the system.